Nothing like a little hike bike in the morning. This last stretch has just been miserable. This freaking wind is killing me. Ah! Woo! Just like that, we're done. Cheers. I'm glad to be done.
Cheers. Race day. Whew. A little chilly.
It's more than a little chilly this morning. Stillwater, mid-south morning. They pushed the start back to 9, somewhere in the 20s or so, I'd say. It's gonna be a chilly start. All the snow melted. It snowed like a couple inches yesterday, but it's all gone. So there's a person in shorts. That is a brave choice. So we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be cold to start and then maybe muddy. I'm not real sure. So looking forward to it. I guess.
Question mark?
Question mark. Here we go.
This guy's excited.
Mid-South day is here. It is cold, boys and girls. Gonna be a chilly start and maybe a muddy rest of the day. We'll see. Snow's gone, but it's in the 20s or so maybe. They pushed the start back to 9 a.m. so that was nice for the cold, but depending on how the day goes, I may be finishing in the dark. Last time I was at this event, the world kind of shut down a couple of days later, so nice to be back. It's gonna be a long day out there, I have a feeling. Here we go.
Absolutely nothing to do with, and are not places of true value to the heart and soul, and connection to all living, moving, and stable things that exist in this world.
You made it 10. Still really grouped up. Cold at the start. Starting to warm up a little bit now though. A few sections of gravel. See a big old bunch of people in rural Oklahoma. Less than 100 miles to go. About an hour and a half in, still bumper to bumper, so grabbing some food, stopping for a second. The problem with the bigger events, man, you're in a pack for like half of it. Kind of gets old, but it's warming up a little bit of snow. Could be a beautiful day. 23 miles in. Going well so far. Temperature's warmed up, so pretty comfortable out here. Pretty dry too. Only to the point where there's some gaps between people here and there, so that helps a little. So far clean and dry, but I don't think that's gonna last. Most of the snow is gone. Some snow in spots, by trees and stuff, but got a couple inches yesterday and it was gone by the afternoon, so can't complain about the conditions. Complain about the engine. Nothing like a little hike bike in the morning. Better than the other option. Made it through that one. Pretty nice road, actually. A little muddy. About 10 miles out from the checkpoint, doing some climbing. Yeah, I'm feeling that. It's going okay though, surprisingly. I have a feeling I'm gonna pay for this later, but doing all right, progressing nicely. Guys.
Car's clear!
Hey,
What's
there
up?
he is. Right back there.
Right here.
How's it going?
Pretty good. A little easy, so that's worrisome.
Nice.
Does that mean that's gone? Dokie.
Okay.
Back at it.
Good luck.
Thanks, friend. Love you.
Love you too.
Thanks for the help. Sorry for the mess.
Good luck. Be careful.
Oh, you're in good hands. They say I'm gentle, so don't be scared. I'm a monster. Every train has its thrill. My game, my will. Pilgrim, don't let me okay. No, I wanna be given the blame. Hold up, wait a minute, what you're talking about?
How we doing?
Good, how are you?
You know. All right, I suppose.
I lied, I'm good.
Wait a minute, what you're talking about? Wanna be given the blame? I'm a fraud. 'Cause I'm a true side. take your trust. That's me. That's so sick. I'm a fraud, call me a liar, a true psycho. Ooh, I'm a fraud, call me a liar, a true psychopath, don't love me. When you're lost, take your trust, yeah, that's me. Oh, that's me, that's me, that's me. Yes, I'm a fraud. Call me a liar, a true psychopath.
Finishing up a really nice stretch of road, somewhere around 50. Went through the chamois butter checkpoint. Really great road, but man, it's taken out of me. A bunch of climbing in this section and pretty steep, so I'm feeling it now. We are a long way from Stillwater, about as far as we're gonna get. Still moving, but legs are getting toasty already.
Tell me if you can. I don't get upset. Put me out.
57.9 in. Staying on the side of the road eating protein balls. Gives you an idea of how I'm feeling. I'm not totally cracked, but I'm pretty fucking close. Bad news is the wind kicked up, so we're fighting some wind on the way home. Fuck's sake. 40 more miles. I'm rolling again, sorta. At least covering ground, but I'm not really flying here. We're getting close to this lake. I think we turn south here soon, which is gonna give us more wind. So we'll see. This last stretch has just been miserable. Straight into the wind, a fair amount of climbing, wide open. I don't know how long it's been, and I don't want to look, because it would just be depressing to see how little we've gone in that stretch, but damn. like 70 something miles in, and I am struggling. I've had to stop a few times and stretch, try and loosen up my back. I'm just having trouble turning the pedals right now. It is going to be a long 25 miles from here. And the wind is still blowing, of course.
Oh, get up there. There's game over. Where's that e-bike? It's like it's a good.
Yeah, you do. Do it. Well, misery's about to start again, but that was a nice oasis. I give the oasis 2 thumbs up. I give this bike ride less than that thumbs up. Counting down the miles. This freaking wind is killing me. Ah! Man, that sun is dropping fast. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Catching a tiny bit of a second wind finally. Speeding up a little bit. I think just because I'm getting closer to the end and I know it. The suffer is real today. Nice little stretch here at the end with some tailwind, heading back east. We're within 8 miles or so. Making some good time finally. I'm hoping I'm going to beat sunset, but we'll see. Pretty close to another mid-south in the books. Another reminder that I'm always in bad shape at this time of year. Beautiful roads though. Lots of fun people. Some of those oasis, pretty sweet, pretty fun. So props to everyone that made that happen. Before I forget, thanks to my partner, my wife, for being my support again at this event. She gets to spend the day wrangling our golden retriever and exploring the countryside of rural Oklahoma, so thanks, Cass. Almost home. Almost home. Ooh, it's gonna be close. couple 3 miles or so. Man, we might be here. Real close to cramping, so can't get too far. Almost home.
He's excited. Hey, Rich! Woo! Yeah!
Rick from Ottawa, Kansas.
Woo! Let's go celebrate.
Just like that, we're done. Cheers.
Okay, you did it. How do you feel?
Terrible. Horrible.
How was the last 60-some?
Rough. Windy. Hilly. I'm glad to be done.
Cheers.
Ooh. Morning after. Mid-south 100. I don't think they make a pill for that yet. Feeling a little rough this morning. Thought I'd give you a quick breakdown of the event. Up into the main checkpoint, first 40 pretty easy. We had a bit of a tailwind. It was cold at the start, 20 or so. Went pretty smooth. In fact, I think I even said something to the checkpoint, it's been too easy. And we're gonna have to pay for that, and we certainly did. Leaving the checkpoint somewhere around 45 or 50, climbing started. And it was, yeah, it definitely got to me there. Plenty of climbing there for a little while. And I think I got a little bit behind on my nutrition and eating, so that didn't help things. And then we started heading west and south into the headwind, crosshead and headwind. So that was made for a rough go from, like, for me, to be honest, from 55 to 60 till like 80 something, until we headed back east. That was pretty rough. But glad to say I kept moving and made it through. Had to take a few stops there. At one point I was laying on the side of the road in the ditch watching the clouds go by, kind of thing. Rallied a little bit. Made it to the Shrim Oasis. Was glorious. So props to anyone that made that happen. They had like a Quonset TP situation with Scratch was there. They had a bunch of food for you. They had grilled cheese, but the line was too long. I would have really liked the grilled cheese, but I thought it was finally my chance to taste a Alan Lim created rice cake in person. I've tried it a few times myself. They never turned out that great, but too slow. I was too slow. They were out of the rice cakes already by then, but still, that Shram Oasis was awesome and a lifesaver for a lot of people, me included, before we headed straight into the headwind for like 10 miles with some climbing. So it added some nice motivation. Anyway, headed back east there. Last like 10 or so miles were pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Although it sounds like there was a wreck at the front of the vent somewhere along there, which is interesting. It wasn't much for roads there, so it must have been getting after it pretty good. So all in all, happy to be done. 100 miles this time of year in early March is a bit much for me. I've done this event 3 times now, and every time I say that, so I don't know, maybe this time will be the last time. I think Flint Hills Gravel Ride's coming up and a few other events. Gonna try and get some time on the tandem again with my wife. Been kind of focusing on getting ready for this event and getting my Surly ready, but time to get back on the tandem, put some miles in there. So that's what's next on the books. But yeah, appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't done so already, I'd really appreciate it if you would like, comment, and especially subscribe. Back at Gravel Pack, and we'll see you next time.